And welcome back to another Trogly's Guitars. Gotta say, I'm really happy to have this one. This is a guitar I've always wanted to be able to play. When I got this guitar, it had some modifications to it. So I have taken the time to restore it back to how it would have originally looked. Fortunately, not with vintage correct parts, but this is a 1974 Gibson Flying V. You have one working latch here, one there. This one's missing its latch. This one works, so you got three working latches. Hinge that's kind of starting to come off. And up here, you're missing all the hard part of the case, so if you're going to use this to gig, like this guitar has been used for its entire life, I would suggest getting a new case for this baby. Alright. Now, it originally came with a black guard. I took it off. I will include it though if you'd rather have black. But this is how it came from the factory. So I thought this is how it should look. 1974. Or maybe a 75 Gibson Flying V. Now, what do you need to know about this one? The pickups and pots, they're all completely original, and this is probably one of the best sounding pair of patent number T-tops I've ever had the joy of playing. These just have such a unique sound to them, but more on those later. As I said, the case is pretty well beat up, but I know with these early Vs, originality is important, so I kept the case with it. But once again, I would definitely suggest replacing this, unless you're using it just for some light storage. But it is the original case, and it has been a road case for this guitar for many years. So onto this gorgeous V. Tuners have been replaced. The Gibson logo is still original though. You also have this strange hole right there. Not quite sure what that's about. Now the fretboard on this is very gorgeous. You have some light fret wear, but it still plays just fine, evenly up and down. No binding on it, which I personally prefer. And when you have a guitar that stands out in its shape, you don't really need the standing out of the binding to help you along there. Okay, here's where some things are not original. I'm assuming both of these are not original, definitely not the bridge, but it works just fine as is. Once again, we stated the pickups are original, however, the covers are not. The covers came from a mid-60s SG standard. That is the only semi-vintage thing that I restored this with. The white pickguard that I got, it said it fit 70s Vs. It did not. It had a little bit too much to meet the holes, so I had to nastily kind of cut away at it because I didn't really have like an X-Acto knife or anything that would work. But you don't really have to worry about that. It's mainly cosmetic. Maybe put a white piece of tape if it bothers you that much. The witch haps are modern replacements. The switch tip is, I believe, original to the guitar, as is all the inside parts. But overall, this guitar has been played, but it's still a solid guitar, and if I was in the position to keep a guitar right now, this one would not be for sale. Let's try to look at the issues here. This is purely finish. You can just barely feel it, but that came from like over tightening the screw there. It's not a crack in the wood or anything, it's not that deep. But I mean, you got nicks and dings all over this guitar. However, it still kind of maintains its clean look. I do have a video of me playing this guitar back before I restored it to how it originally would have looked, so you can actually hear how this one sounds. You do have strap locks on this one. There's some finish rubbed off right there. And there's a little bit of question in my mind. Can you see it? Probably not, because you won't notice it till I point it out. It looks like at one point in time, the wing of the headstock fell off. Whether it's the original wing put back on, I don't know, but under blacklight there is no lacquer on this wing. So it looks like that wing has been replaced. I wouldn't necessarily call that a break. Just more of a... I don't really know what you'd call it. I guess technically it's probably a break. The other thing I'm not certain on is if that's just in the finish or if it's been a repaired crack. But, I mean, it does not affect the playability at all, but I want to be honest in my listing here that that is there. You really don't have that on the other side. There you can really tell where the finish is missing there on the wing. But, as I said, this guitar has been played its entire life. It's definitely a player. There's your changed out tuners with the serial number. You have the volute there. You have a little bit of finish missing here, but it's a nice even feel. Nothing you'll truly notice. Some nicks and dings here and there. There's your other strap button. And your missing finish right here, but it just adds to the character of this guitar. Once again, there's nicks and dings all over this thing. Please don't expect a mint condition V. Got some finish checking in areas. And some replaced parts. There's like a lot of finish checking on this faceplate in the right lighting. But overall, these mid-70s Vs, they command high prices. I've seen them sell from anywhere from $4,000 to $6,000. This one should be considerably less, but it's all original where you want it to be. Thank you for watching, and please check out my Facebook page, facebook.com/Troglys Guitars, Troglys. Sorry, that's just Troglys at the end. That is where you can find my best available price on this guitar, as well as more pictures of the guitar. Thank you for watching.